Uzemererwe ukubasanga hano ubara gukora imirimo gavumenti lekumu obusinge kandi nozire ngo nenguto yanye esisikaire utujya kukigaruka mu kugikora mubare muno mubare kusajika NRM kandi mukore n'amani mu bingo bunako magagani wasinje kutibu.
So this is the market which has stores and market and shops and everything. It's all commissioned by His Excellency the President of the
Your Excellency, these people, the natives around and traders, all of us well know that crossing to the next country, we do pass through migration. We are connecting with them, but what's challenging us is the crossing to Congo on a bay is still a problem. We had our user permission, which we call jeton. They could go to the migration, they establish freedom, and you cross the border, you buy food, then you come back to Uganda. We still have that challenge, and I think this one, it will be solved since you come. This was brought due to the pandemic because the border was closed. And I understand clearly, members around, I'm requesting the President of the Republic of Uganda that officially open our border so that we shouldn't get any problem, because most of us, most of the traders, they are losing jobs, and this facility may lose value if we don't utilize it, because most of the products, especially the fish, the local fish market.
And what we are witnessing today, commissioning of the one-stop border point between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, is testimony that there is growing business between these two countries, which had not been there, despite the fact that these countries have always lived by each other, next to each other, but without much to trade. Your Excellency, the role of the one-stop border point that we have just opened today is to put together all the different agencies of government that facilitate trade to ensure that the cost of doing business is minimized and there are no delays. So on behalf of the colleague agencies that we sit together in these one-stop border points, that is the Ministry of Agriculture, the Immigrations Department, the National Drug Authority, security agencies, we all are pledging before you that going forward, we are going to facilitate business and trade between Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I would like to thank you, Your Excellency, and report to you that this is the 8th operational one-stop border point. We had the first one in Malaba, then Mutukula, Busia, Elegu, Katuna, Mirama Hills, now Mpondwe, and in Toroko is also set, only waiting to be commissioned. We have 2 more one-stop border points that are under construction, and that is Goli and Swam River. So, Your Excellency, you have set the ground for Uganda to develop, and for that we appreciate you. Why we're extremely happy, Your Excellency, that you have honored us with your presence to open this Mpondwe border post, as well as the market. This is the main gate to DRC, as you already know, Your Excellency. Before the setting in of some insurgency in the DRC, as well as the recent bridge issue, we were clearing more than 3,500 trucks every month, taking goods or returning goods from the DRC. And a lot of the items that are taken from Uganda are cement, palm oil, sugar, iron and steel, beer, cattle, vehicles, and bulldozers which are re-exported. In the last 3 years, the value of these quantities has jumped from 1 trillion Uganda shillings to more than 1.5 trillion. On the other hand, we receive some natural rubber, some gold, some scrap, some timber, some aluminium waste from the DRC. And this also has seen steady increase over the last 3 years. The value is now over 60 billion Uganda shillings. I also would like to take this opportunity to thank our development partners, in particular the World Bank, who have supported and completed this entire project. Please put your hands together for the World Bank.
So the Border Export Zone program was commissioned in 2010. And it was meant to cover the national trade policy of 2008 to ensure that the porous borders of Uganda are converted into official borders through that policy, and giving us a land-linked country as opposed to a landlocked country. So these border posts that we are putting in place are really meant to open Uganda to her neighbors, to be able to exchange trade of goods and services without missing out on the revenue collections, on the formalities, and all the formal movements that can enhance the development of our country.
That since the admission of the Republic of Congo to the East African community, many people have been wondering what is next. But today, you have commissioned an event which clearly testifies that there are instruments and concrete measures which have been taken to enable and point out to everybody who cares to know what is next. You have here a one-stop center holding everything. The immigration people who want to move, people who want to move here and there will be free. Customs services will be free. Maybe later on there will be even money, I think. There will be East African Bank and everything. So this is a big road that we have started, and it's part of our dream. We thank you and thank everybody who has participated in this. Thank you very much.
So we've provided for the daycare center to take care for all the babies. And we have equipped it, Your Excellency, with beds, with chairs, with toys and play materials. You are going to it is quite exciting, Your Excellency. And I want to tell you, Your Excellency, in the same market, we have provided for a restaurant. This restaurant is also a business of its own, going to be managed by, going to be rented out for somebody to start supplying food and collecting revenue. So, Your Excellency, we are creating jobs by making these markets available. And I have told you, Your Excellency, in the report of the technical people and our agencies that we have 18 markets of this nature which are going to be constructed. Now, in the one-stop center, Your Excellency, we have provided for the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, because one of the biggest exports that we are doing in Uganda is agricultural nature. So, Your Excellency, we are going to have a big struggle with the Minister of Agriculture to make sure that they produce enough to feed Ugandans and then produce enough for East Africa and then outside. You have done a lot, Your Excellency, in looking for markets. And among the priorities that you've set is market access. The 5 priorities that you've set, Your Excellency, market access is one of them. And you've done your best. Now the markets are now available. Now what are we taking there?
So the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, then the Ministry of Internal Affairs. And Your Excellency, we also have a delegation. Your Excellency, that's the team that we have over here. I'll quickly run through the program of the district LC5, trade facilitation, because all the time we are talking about making money, we have passion. So we'll have that, and that will be given by the Commissioner General of Uganda on the border export zone concept. And this will be a snapshot, again given cooperatives in charge of trade. The Honorable Harriet Ntavas gave her remarks, program, but very well rounded. Around me,
that NRM government does not work the way they think, and therefore they should not take things which are not upright until when they have heard from the host of the.
In the mountain, when you came to power, immediately after like 1 year, 1987, through Honorable Dr. Crispus Yonga, you did direct that there be 5 one in Handero, Mukonzo West, another one in Chitoro, Mukonzo West. We pray that these health facilities be upgraded to health center 4 with request. Where 4 be given a priority. I also pray that we, the people of Kasese, who are driving livelihood Nyamugasani, Mubuku, and Tako, be considered for seed money in order to be able to use it to start some dam so that they can be able to see that these rivers no longer do away with service. I also request that for purposes of boosting business, and that market becomes more vibrant and the town council becomes strong. I also pray that the disputes that there is over land be handled.
Have not been in vain, and what we are witnessing today, commissioning of the one-stop border point between these 2 countries, which had not been there, despite the fact that these countries have always lived by. The role of the one-stop border point that we have just opened today is to put together all, and there are no delays. So on behalf of the colleague agencies that we sit together in these one-stop border points, that is the Ministry of Agriculture, security agencies, we all are pledging before you that going forward, we are going to facilitate business and trade between Uganda and the Democratic Republic. Mpondwe and in Toroko is also set only waiting to be commissioned. We have 2 more one-stop border points that are for Uganda to develop, and for that we appreciate you. Why we're extremely happy, Your Excellency, that you have honored us with your presence to open this Mpondwe border post as taking goods or returning goods from the DRC. And a lot of the items that are taken from Uganda, our cement, palm oil, sugar, iron and steel, beer, cattle, vehicles and bulldozers, from 1 trillion Uganda shillings to more than 1.5 trillion. On the other hand, we received some natural rubber from the DRC, and this also has seen steady increase over the last 3 years. The value is now over 60 billion